Okay, so get this. The President and First Lady of France, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, have actually filed a defamation lawsuit
Yeah.
in the United States against the American conservative media personality Candace Owens.
It's really quite something. You don't see international leaders suing U.S. commentators very often.
Exactly. It sounds like, I don't know, a movie plot, but it's real. And definitely worth a deep dive.
Absolutely.
Because this isn't just, another political spat. It feels like it goes deeper, looking at how these really out there online claims can actually trigger major international legal fights.
And it reveals some interesting societal currents too, right?
For sure. So our mission here is to pull out the key bits from the sources, understand the legal side, the societal side, and sort of connect the dots for you beyond just the headlines.
And what's fascinating, I think, is how it brings together high-level international politics, defamation law, which is complex enough, and just the incredible speed and reach of online conspiracy theories these days.
It's a perfect storm,
Yeah.
in a way.
It really is. It's a very public fight over, well, truth and speech online.
So let's get to the core of it. What exactly sparked this? It's Candace Owens' central claim, which is, well, it's incredibly outlandish.
Right. She's alleging that Brigitte Macron, the First Lady of France, is actually a man.
Named Jean-Michel Trogneux, specifically.
Yes. And she hasn't just sort of mentioned this casually. She's really pushed it.
Oh, yeah. A whole multi-part YouTube series called Becoming Brigitte.
And other videos, too, like one tying it to the Olympics. That one went up late July 2024.
And she's saying things like, the evidence is overwhelming.
She did. Claimed that Jean-Michel Trogneux lived as a homosexual man before some kind of transition began.
And even said she'd stake her entire professional reputation on Brigitte being a man.
Yeah, she went all in.
It gets even weirder, though. The lawsuit itself mentions other claims Owens made.
Like what?
That Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron are actually blood relatives.
Wow, okay.
And that President Macron was chosen through, get this, a CIA mind control program.
Right, so just layering conspiracy on conspiracy.
Pretty much. And she's pushing this to, what, 4.5 million YouTube subscribers?
And nearly 7 million followers on X. Started back in March 2024, maybe even earlier.
And the merchandising part.
Yeah.
She actually sold merch mocking this whole thing.
Apparently so. Mocking and sort of celebrating what the Macrons called defamation.
Now, it's worth noting, Owens has a history here, doesn't she? This isn't exactly out of character.
No, not really. I mean, after leaving journalism, she worked for conservative groups like Turning Point, Daily Wire.
Right.
But she's consistently promoted controversial, often, unsubstantiated theories.
On things like COVID vaccines.
Vaccines, the Holocaust, including denial and revisionism.
Wow.
Even things like the moon landings. She's faced consequences before, like YouTube suspensions, being denied visas for tours in places like New Zealand and Australia because of her rhetoric.
So given that history and how wild the claims are, you might think, why sue in the U.S. now? Especially since these kinds of rumors about Brigitte Macron aren't entirely new in France.
That's a really good point. These specific types of claims or similar ones have been circulating over there for years. It's been a persistent issue for them.
Right. Didn't some people get convicted in France over this?
Yes. In September 2024, 2 women were convicted for spreading false claims, specifically using Brigitte's brother's name, Jean-Michel Trogneux.
But that got overturned.
It did, on appeal. And now the Macrons are appealing that decision to France's highest court. So the legal battle continues there, too.
And this whole thing is kind of fueled by the long-standing public fascination with their relationship, right? The age difference when they met.
Exactly. He was 15. She was his 39-year-old teacher. That unusual dynamic has unfortunately provided fodder for rumors for a long time.
Okay, so that brings us to July 23rd, 2025. They clearly decided they'd had enough, filing this lawsuit in Delaware Superior Court.
In the U.S.?
The plaintiffs, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, the defendants. Candace Owens, her media company, and the company running her website.
And the charges are pretty extensive.
Yeah, 22 counts, defamation and relating claims. And they want damages, unspecified compensatory and punitive damages.
And the lawyer they hired, that's significant.
Tom Clare, who, as you probably remember, represented Dominion Voting Systems.
Right, in that massive $787 million lawsuit against Fox News, successfully.
Exactly. So that choice alone signals they are taking this very, very seriously. A strategic move.
Definitely suggests a well-funded, determined approach.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, Claire actually said this lawsuit was a last resort.
After trying other things?
Apparently, yeah. He said they spent a year trying to get Owens to retract, to do the right thing, basically. Yeah. So they gave her incontrovertible evidence proving her claims were false.
Including proof Brigitte was born female, named Brigitte Chagnou, and isn't related to the president.
Exactly. That specific evidence was provided, according to Claire.
And the Macrons themselves put out a strong statement.
They did, calling Owens' campaign plainly designed to harass and cause pain to them and their families, and just to get attention.
They used words like invasive, dehumanizing, and deeply unjust.
Yeah. And they're reportedly willing to actually show up in a Delaware court if it goes to trial.
Wow. That really underlines how personally they're taking this, the toll it must have taken.
But Candace Owens, she's not backing down, is she?
Not at all. Publicly dismissed it. Called the lawsuit goofy.
Right, in a desperate public relations strategy.
And she's even doubled down, essentially saying the lawsuit itself proves she's right.
Saying it's all the proof you need that Brigitte Macron is definitely a man. That's quite a response.
It is. And her spokesperson framed it as a kind of free speech issue, saying it's a foreign government attacking the First Amendment rights of an American independent journalist.
Okay, so bringing in the First Amendment angle.
Which leads us to the real legal challenge here for the Macrons, especially in a U.S. court.
The actual malice standard.
Exactly. Because they're public figures, they have to prove Owens knew the information was false when she published it, or that she acted with reckless disregard for whether it was true or false.
And that is a notoriously high bar to clear in American law.
Incredibly high. Designed to protect free speech, even speech that's offensive or wrong, unless there's that proven malice.
So while that sounds like a tough climb for the Macrons, their lawyer, Tom Claire, seems to think Owens' reaction actually helps them.
How? By doubling down.
Yeah. He argues her showing no remorse and doubling down on these falsehoods strengthens their case, specifically for punitive damages.
Okay. So maybe not proving the initial defamation easier, but potentially increasing the penalty if they do prove it.
That seems to be the argument. It's a fascinating legal dynamic.
It really highlights how America's robust free speech protections, as vital as they are, can sometimes shield really damaging, bizarre conspiracy theories.
Forcing the targets into these very difficult, very high-stakes legal battles.
Exactly.
Now, this case feels unique because it's the French president, but you mentioned earlier these kinds of gender-focused attacks. They aren't entirely new, are they? What do the experts say?
No, it's definitely part of a frankly disturbing pattern. Experts who study this stuff, people like Joseph Yashinsky, Joel Penny, Ariel Halliday, they point out that these kinds of claims often target powerful women, particularly those seen as politically left-leaning, who sort of challenge traditional gender norms.
Like, who else has faced this?
Well, think about Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris, even athletes like Brittany Griner, or royals like Queen Camilla. Similar types of baseless gender questioning have been directed at them.
And there's a specific term for this kind of thing, isn't there?
Yeah, some researchers use the term transvestigating.
Transvestigating.
Yeah, it describes this act of publicly questioning someone's assigned gender at birth, accusing them of secretly being transgender, often without any evidence.
And this is linked to broader trends.
Absolutely. It's often tied to rising anti-transgender rhetoric and, the push for restrictive policies we're seeing in some places.
So the roots are in transphobia.
Primarily transphobia, yes, and sometimes racism too. The goal often seems to be to undermine these women, to police gender expression, and essentially, as one expert put it, limit the spectrum of what women can look like, do, and how they participate in society.
Wow, so it's weaponizing gender anxiety.
Precisely.
So, okay, pulling this all together, what does it all mean? This deep dive really shows the incredible power of online platforms, doesn't it?
For sure. How quickly false information, even demonstrably false stuff, can spread.
And the need sometimes for individuals, even world leaders, to resort to legal action to fight back.
It's a stark reminder, isn't it? Baseless claims go viral, cross borders, become almost accepted facts for some people, and have real impact.
Real impact on real lives.
Which raises a big question for all of us, really. In this kind of information environment where these wild claims can just explode globally, how do we navigate it?
How do you tell the difference between, opinion, legitimate questions, and just malicious lies?
Right. And what's the responsibility here? for the platforms hosting this stuff, for the content creators themselves when their words are used to attack people.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about the personal cost, doesn't it? When anyone, public figure or not, becomes the target of these persistent false stories, especially ones that tap into deep-seated anxieties about gender, about power, it's something to consider.